As you guys know, I've been promoting Hostinger for the last couple of years simply because it was a good option for people on a budget, because Hostinger is so cheap. And while this is true, I've learned that the story doesn't end here, because I've had an opportunity to talk with the CEO of Hostinger. And what he told me really surprised me, and it actually changed my perspective on what a hosting company can be. So I asked him if he wanted to have that conversation with me again on camera, and he agreed. So what you're about to watch is me interviewing the CEO of Hostinger about how he thinks about hosting and how that translates into the company that Hostinger has become. I think you're gonna love this, so let's go inside. Hi, thank you so much for joining the video. I just wanted to continue this conversation about what you said yesterday about commodity and that hosting should just be in the background. Can you explain that a little bit to me again?
So we had a very good chat, and I'm happy to tell you. So my view is that hosting is a necessary thing to have a website online,
Yes.
and it should be seamless. That means it should work like a charm. It should be fast, and that's it. You don't need to think about it because it should just work totally fine. And I see our business very similarly like IKEA for the furniture. That means it should be elegant. It should be easy to use, and the price shouldn't bite, because basically when you start your business and you have an idea, it's just a beginning of the business, and there will be a lot of expenses everywhere. So I think it's our idea about the hosting is that we need to innovate a lot, and from this innovation we will be able to offer a price and the quality ratio where this, like, for majority of the users, they'll be extremely happy. So this is the idea, and this is why we grow.
But then my question is, how can it be so cheap? Like, how can you deliver a good product and a good service for just a good price?
The idea is like that we innovate a lot in order to do that, and nowadays, servers and hardware do not cost too much, So when you do something on scale, you are able to provide service for a great price and great quality. And then when we do that, we see that our users are happy, they are recommending us, and we can grow faster. Basically, so there is no need to charge users more than it's needed, because in this case you won't make a lot profit from one user, but you can make a lot of growth from many users, because they're super happy and they're recommending you basically. What else can I add? Like that we innovate a lot, and basically we don't use that technology which everybody use, because and the history started like that. We started from free web hosting, and in order to do free web hosting, you need to put a lot users to one server, and then that means you need to find the ways how to do it efficiently. So basically from that we created a lot of innovation. And this is one part. So another part from the business perspective is the scale. So we are serving customers all around the globe, like from India, Indonesia, Brazil, and the United States, Europe. And when you have the scale, you are able to provide services at the better price. And basically, for example, we add more users, but we don't need to add more engineers, because everything is automated. So basically, when you have certain scale, you are able to have scale of economy, and then again, able to offer service for the price, which where users are happy, basically.
And what really surprised me when we had that conversation is that you said that shared hosting is kind of like an empty term, because everything is shared. But I always thought, because on all the websites it says shared hosting, that's the cheapest option, and then you have cloud hosting and you have VPS. But you explained to me everything is shared. Could you explain that a little bit more, and also connect that to the story of that you don't have to pay a lot? Because when you upgrade, you explained, people pay for a lot of things they don't use. And that connects to the everything is shared story in my perspective. So could you expand on that?
So the term share hosting is I think it's a historical term, where in the beginning, like in the early days of internet, if you want to host a website, you need to have a machine. Later on, like technology developed, and somehow people learn how to put more websites on one server, and the term shared hosting born at that time, you know. But then nowadays, like we don't use that technology, which is like it was share hosting many years ago. Right now, everything what we do is like to some extent is on the cloud, you know. So and everything in the cloud is shared, because the whole idea of the cloud is that you put a lot of servers and then you connect all together. So it's not just you are sharing one server like 10 users. Now one user can have 10 servers, or like 10 users can have 5 servers and sharing them. So basically, I think it's a wrong attitude to just put it like a shared or not shared. What users should care about is the performance. Is it fast? Is it stable? Is it easy to use? You know, and then you put the tick like, okay, so what is an uptime? Am I satisfied with that uptime? What is the price? Am I satisfied with the price? And what is the speed? You know, and I think speed is super important. So we use various kind of technologies, and you can choose, you know, from different kind of plans. Yeah. Another thing what it's worth mentioning is about uptime. Like, so in order to get a decent uptime, you can do on one price range. But if you want like to host, I don't know, nuclear power station, you need different kind of uptime, yes. And then the price grows exponentially. So for example, if you are having a website for a small and medium business, so if the website will not work like 5 minutes per year, probably it's not a huge issue, and you don't need to pay tens of thousands for that additional 5 minutes per year. You know? Yeah. So this depends on what you really need, and I think most of the websites need like good speed, because it matters for ranking on search engines, and for user experience, and they need good uptime, but they don't need to be like 100% on time, because this particular additional minutes, it's like costs a fortune. You know?
And what I've seen on Hostinger's website is that you guys have a lot of languages, but also a lot of payment methods. Even you can pay with crypto, which is kind of new to me. So does that also connect to that vision of accessibility? And how do you see that? Or is it just a cool gimmick to have so many options?
We do have customers all around the globe, and payments is like in general the pain. And if what works in one country doesn't work in another so well. So in order to serve people all around the globe, we give a lot of options to pay, and like from South American payment gateways to like Indian specific payment gateways to like everybody credit cards, debit cards, and Apple Pay, Google Pay, whatever payment method you prefer, like we provide. And it's like we want just our users to be able to pay. It doesn't matter where do you live and what technology you use for payments.
All right, well, thank you very much. I hope that for you guys it also changed your perspective on what a hosting company can be. At least for me it did. So I really thank you for your time, because I know you're such a busy man. So thank you very much, and I think that a lot of people are inspired by your story. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I will put some more info in the video description below. And there will be more videos about hosting, because I'm learning a lot, especially on these days. So hopefully I will see you in another video. And then for now, thank you for watching, and see you later.